Hey, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to come on here and talk to you all about some things the Lord has been speaking to me about through prayer. And first off, I want to just say thank you for all the support that I'm getting, all the encouragement, all the blessings that you all keep saying, bless you, and all the stuff. You know, there's several people that are not being too nice, but for the most part, I have a lot of support. So I just wanted to say thank you. I am not a fortune teller. Please do not email my house asking for direction concerning your life for me to hear God for you. My job is to come on here and teach you how to do it yourself. You have the same Holy Ghost that lives on the inside of you that lives on the inside of me. And people are really concerned about the EMP attack. People are really concerned about about the water poisoning. Whenever I was taking care of my yard work, the Lord, He spoke to me and He said, there's a shifting. I could feel it. There's a pushback of the demonic assignment that was upon America. Our prayers are working. And He reminded me, He said, Brandon, I called you and put you on there for prayer. That was your main assignment, to teach the people to pray. Putting videos of prayer so that they could jump in the rivers. We are a mighty force together when we are praying as a unit. Not like I said, Rambo's out there like trying to fight the war by ourselves. If we will come together and fight together, we're able to move mountains. And it's amazing what we can accomplish just with 5 minutes of prayer a day. I'm not bringing it in, like I said, for fear. I'm bringing this to you to help me pray. It's not drama. So here you go. I want to come on here and I want to tell you all some things now about what the Lord is showing me in prayer. First off, I want to tell you all some positive thing, something that happened that was a birthday present to me from the Lord. When I was praying, all of a sudden He said, I want to give you a birthday present, Brandon. And I said, oh, wow, what is it, Lord? And then all of a sudden he opened my eyes in the Spirit and He showed me right after the rapture happens. And I was standing in heaven. And I was on this green field. It was beautiful. There was hills all up in front of me. And I could see mountains all in a distance. There was snow on top of these mountains, which is really amazing. This was in heaven. It looked like the Swiss Alps. It was gorgeous, all in a distance. And there's green pastures were all before me. The grass was so green, it looked almost transparent. It was beautiful green grass. I have never seen this kind of grass on the earth. How beautiful and lush and green this was. And my wife was running it from the distance, and she was doing cartwheels. We were in our glorified bodies. I could see I was skinny, and I had hair, and and so, but my face didn't look hard and like I'd been through a lot. I was so young and youthful. It was beautiful. Everything I was seeing. I could see my wife, and she was doing cartwheels, like I said. And she ran to me, and she goes, Brandon, we made it. It really happened. And I kept saying, it really happened. We made it. And I could see the glory. You could feel the presence of glory. There was no shadows on anything. The light was so beautiful and so bright. Sorry, my dog is running in the back playing with the toy, if you heard that squeaking. There was a glorious light all around everything in heaven. And so I just wanted to come on and tell you all, we're about to be there. We're almost there. We're right at the finish line, guys. We just got to push just a little bit harder here. We got to pray, and God's going to do some great things in this earth still with a revival. There's going to be some people He's going to bring in that have been wayward. The children that are wayward, like I said, the moms are praying, and they're calling out and asking God for their kids to get born again. I'm telling you, don't give up. Don't give up on those children that are wayward. The Lord hears your prayers, and He's bringing those kids in. I'm telling you. You just got to keep the faith and keep standing. And there's going to be a breakthrough in your household. I'm telling you. You just got to keep on on. When all there else to do is stand therefore. Do not give up. For your healings, for the miracles that you're believing for. Believing for finances. You may not have anything to eat, but my God said He never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. He'll bring forth the finances that you need. I just believe in a faithful God. If he would bring the raven to feed Elijah, he'll bring a raven to feed you. Now, I just want to tell you all what the Lord has warned me now about what's coming and what we can avoid in prayer and what we can stop. Excuse me. I saw a this is something the Lord reminded me when I was doing my yard work tonight. This is what I'm trying to tell you. And he said, I want you to tell them to pray for Donald Trump. I saw him walking down on a cobblestone path. I saw it was like tropical. I don't know where he was. But I saw a woman. Now, sometimes I'm seeing in the spirit, and it's not necessarily, this is really what this warning that the Lord has told me about was about Donald Trump and to intercede and pray for him. He showed me him walking down a cobblestone path. Okay? Now, I don't know if this is legitimately a cobblestone path or if this is something that it's like a type and shadow of something. Okay? So he's walking down this path, and this woman that is absolutely beautiful. This woman was blonde hair. She had a French twist in the back of her hair, and she was dressed up in this beautiful dress. And she was there to take him out. And so they weren't the Secret Service. The people that were around were not guarded up because of this woman's beauty, and she was very classy. So I don't know if this is like I said, a type and shadow of somebody that is like would try to seduce him or whatever. I don't know, but this was an assignment against him. This woman was, and so this is something that I'm praying over, a protection for God to deliver him from either a seducing spirit like a Jezebel kind of a person or an actual attempt on him. So I just wanted to say this is very serious, and the Lord has had me praying for him for protection, for an assignment again from this beautiful woman. She has blonde hair, and like I said, she's looks like a model, very much so. And so I just wanted to tell you that that was part of something that the Lord had me interceding for. Secondly, he had me praying for this oil tanker that was in the Atlantic Ocean. It was coming out of Africa. And now this is something else that it's not about fear. It was just something that I pray over, okay? So you all are prayers. I have a lot of prayers on here, and you can help me. You know what? This could be something that's way off in a distance. It could be something we've already stopped. But I just bring these things out here, and if you feel led to pray over it, pray over it. If not, put it on a shelf and walk away. This was an oil tanker coming out of Africa, and all of the crew that was on board were rounded up by these terrorists. And they were hiding on the ship. They got on the ship, and they took these men in the bottom of the ship, and they shot them all and killed them. Okay? I saw them have a briefcase. I'm not going to say the word. It's a briefcase, and it's very powerful. Okay? They took the ship, and it went in Washington Harbor. Okay? It was where it was where the Virginia. I'm going to show you on a map right now. I'm gonna put this in. It was on a Washington map, and they brought the ship in and they set this thing off. So I'm just saying it was very serious, and it was very powerful, and it was like, and everything went away. So I'm trying to say it in a way that is, don't get me flagged. So there you go. So I just wanted to come on here and say that and just tell you all, these are some more things that I'm praying over. We live in very dangerous times. We live in a very challenging times. I do not live in a fairy tale land of everything is always okay. I wake up every day and the Lord has me on assignments. I am on missions, praying for things on a continual basis for what He has for the end times, for the church, for the 1,000 years. You all, we have a bright future ahead of us. God has a great plan for us. And number 3, He had me pray against big, large gatherings of people, for mass mass shootings, okay? Praying against this. This is an assignment that is being sent to try to take the Second Amendment away from the people, okay? And they're going to run on campaigns in 2024. A lot of it will be ran against the Second Amendment and taking things away. And so I saw these big mass events trying to take place. The Lord had me pray very hard for Coachella. I kept praying for this word Coachella. And I kept getting this in the spirit realm. So I told my friend about it, and he helped me Google it, and then my wife helped me Google this word. And it was days away from when it was supposed to take place. And I interceded for this hard. I prayed, I fasted, believing God for protection, that this stuff didn't happen. Nothing happened. Now, I don't know when it happens again. I believe probably next year. So we're going to pray that these major events, big gatherings of people, for nothing to happen. If you have a check about it in your spirit, about major gatherings, do not go. Pray in the Holy Ghost, and the Lord will protect you. Use wisdom in this day and hour for your family to not just be flippantly just going places. Pray ahead of time. Lord, is it your will for me to go to that concert? Is it your will to me to go to that sporting event? Because if you don't, and you hear the Lord not to go, it could cost you your life. You have to be very vigilant nowadays in prayer and fasting, listening to Him on where you're supposed to be at all times. Just don't go to malls. Do not just go to certain things without hearing Him on the day. Wake up that morning and say, Father, what am I supposed to do? What's your agenda for me? Not what's my agenda, Lord. You tell Him your agenda. You listen to Him for your life. Lord, can I go to the grocery store today? Can I go to the game? Can I go to this and that or whatever? Ask Him. He will guide you on every step you're supposed to take for your life that day, every day. He wants to be that close to you. Let Him speak to you. Practice His presence. A lot of people always ask me, how do you hear God the way you do? How do you listen to Him like that? It started like this. He told me, I said, I'm going to start talking to you about things, and I want you to practice my voice. I want you to practice this. And it was just private between me and him. And he said, I'm going to tell you about sporting events because I love sports. It's one of my big things. Football, basketball, baseball, all of it. I watch it. I love it. It's amazing to me, just the game. I love the testosterone of it. And so, we would sit on the couch together, the Lord and I, and he would talk to me about the score. And he said, this is who's going to win the score, and this is how much they're going to win by, this team and this team. And he would tell me the game for that day, college football, whatever. And he said, this is who's going to win it. And this is how much they're going to win it by. He talked about Super Bowls. He talks about World Series. He talks about it all. And so I practice his presence. I practice his voice. And he told me, he said, if you ever bet or gamble on anything I ever tell you, I will not talk this way to you ever again. But I want you to like you're going to the gym, a spiritual gym, I want you to work out that muscle, your spiritual ears with me. And this is how I started. I practiced his presence. Then he talks to me about the weather. And he says, in 6 weeks, it's going to be this outside. The temperature, it's going to snow, how much we're going to get. He talks to me how much rain we're going to get. He talks to me about when the fall will start, when the first cold front's going to come. And he tells me way in advance. And he said, I want you to write this down. And he said, summer's going to have this many hurricanes in the Gulf Coast. This is how many hurricanes are going to be here. This is how big they're going to be. You can pray against them, pray for safety for people. And he will show me. Then he shows me about tornado season. He shows me about the storms. And that's how I've learned to develop my spiritual ears. Practicing his presence. And sometimes you miss it. You miss it. It's okay. We're human. But you just keep picking yourself back up and say, Lord, I missed that. Man, I thought I heard you right on that, but I didn't. And you humble yourself and you keep going. You don't kick yourself when you fall down. You rise back up. You have to keep on keeping on. And so, you know what? we all have a tendency we can miss it. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right off. I've missed it a lot on things when I was first starting out, about investments, about things like that, the timing of things. And you know what? It's okay. That's how we learn. That's how you learn. So I just want to encourage you all. There's a lot. God is a graceful God. He's not mad. He's not up there beating people up. He's a God of love. And I just wanted to encourage you with that. That was another thing I wanted to tell you. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.